Charanda Jizay.
Well, and it's Christy, so it should be Kuranda.
I guess. I like Charanda.
Now we're just changing it all up.
I just like the Charanda.
I just want to call it Jizzy Cheetos and move on.
Okay. Jizzy Cheetos for the win.
Up next, we got Fallah Ball taking on Anthony Andrews.
Yes.
What you got, boy?
Oh, I got to ride with the true A double.
Austin Aries for the win.
Yes, indeed.
You're going Anthony Andrews, huh?
Yes, sir.
I'm picking my boy, Big Boy Ba. I like Fallah Ba. I don't think he gets enough. He's like this generation's Yokozuna.
Yeah, I'd say I'd give it that.
Just maybe not quite as talented, but give him time.
Yeah, give him time. Oh, this next match is going to be wonderful.
Oh, excited.
Rosemary takes on Su Yung.
Two of the baddest bitches on the planet.
Yeah. This will be a fun one. I hope some weird shit happens.
Yeah, good storyline leading up to this. Like I said, I watched the last 2 episodes of Impact Wrestling also, and good storyline leading up to this between these two.
That's all you're going to say?
Well, I guess all 4 of them that are involved in the long run in all of this, which would be Jessica Havoc, Su Yung, Rosemary, and I'm forgetting the 4th gal, and I'm sorry to her.
That's okay.
I know.
I'm sure she understands.
What do you got, Paystee?
I gotta go with Su Yung.
I'm picking the Undead Bride myself, Su Yung. I love Su Yung. I love
Rosemary too, but Su Yung is she's the peak of Impact horror women. Not horror women.
Excuse me?
Horror women.
Oh, okay. She was going to come and kick your ass, buddy.
Please don't take me into the casket.
Up next, we got Eddie Edwards versus Michael Elgin, and I do want to say that going into this, Eddie Edwards is going down a spiral path again. This has happened in the past, a few years ago, and they're kind of redoing the storyline, and I like where it's going because I liked it before, where Edwards is just kind of he's going crazy. They did this with Tommy Dreamer a while ago. I loved
when he did that with Tommy Dreamer. Yeah, that was good stuff.
And it's happening again now with Killer Croc. I got Spider-Man on the brain.
Eddie Edwards has replaced Eddie Brock in the Marvel Universe.
Right? No, with Killer Cross, where he's just gone insane.
I'd take Eddie Edwards as Eddie Brock.
He was biting him and got blood all over it. And his girlfriend is like, "What are you doing? You're a different man." And it's like he's completely flipped. So I kind of like this. Michael Elgin, we all know that I'm just not a fan of Michael Elgin. But it seems Impact Wrestling truly is. I know New Japan was a big fan of his also. People like Michael Elgin. I'm the only guy who doesn't. With that being said, though, I think building up into the Slammiversary show, I think they're going to keep Michael Elgin looking strong because he's going to be fighting for the championship. So I think it would be wrong to have him lose here.
I'm going to go against you. I was actually already going to pick Eddie Edwards, but even hearing that he's snapping off again, I like his psychotic side. I'm going with E-Double.
I like it too. He plays it off really
Yeah,
good.
He does. Better than Dean Ambrose. Penicillin shot in the ass. That's not his fault, folks.
Some people like to shove shit in their ass.
And some people like to watch LAX take on the entire North for the Impact Tag Team Championships. I forget who the North is, but I always think it's funny that they're the North. Like, I'm from the North. I'm not in this match.
You're supposed to be there. You're supposed to be there, Paystee. Why aren't you there? If you're not there, they're going to lose.
They're going to lose because they're taking on LAX, and that's my pick.
Yeah, this kind of might be a spoiler to the next prediction, too, but this, again, isn't a major pay-per-view, and Slammiversary is coming up. I don't think any titles are going to change hand in this one. I'm picking LAX, and only because Paystee isn't going to show up to help him.
Nope.
And so they're stuck.
Yep, the North will lose. The North shall fall.
So it's all your fault.
It's okay, you're a Southern boy anyway, aren't you?
I am a Southern boy.
Yes.
So I'm down with the LAX, baby.
Yes.
And then we have the Impact Championship match. Brian Cage, the champion, defending his title against Moose.
This will be fucking a wall smashing into a wall.
Yeah, irresistible force meeting immovable object.
Just
Check.
two immovable objects trying to move each other. Oh, this is going to be good. I got to go with my boy BC, British Columbia, Brian Cage.
I am going to reiterate here one more time. I'm actually not a huge fan of either of these guys. Cage is super amazing in his agility for the way he's built.
Yes.
He should not move the way he moves.
I mean, Moose has got some of that too, but I think Brian Cage has got it better.
Kinda. Oh, for sure. Hands down, he does. But again, I don't think any championships are changing hands at this point.
I don't like one syllable chants, and that's my big beef with the Moose.
There you go.
Moose.
And I'm going with they call him Cage.
It's a dumb sound to chant. It's dumb.
So, Paystee, we haven't actually locked in our votes on this one, but the tiebreaker is Michael Elgin is facing Brian Cage at Slammiversary in just 1 week after this match. Do we see Michael Elgin, who will already have been in a match, interfere in the main event against Moose?
Well, I picked the last...
Either for or against Cage,
I picked the last tiebreaker, so I'm going to let you pick this one.
Okay, I'm going to say yes, that he interferes, and I think he's going to interfere to help Brian Cage because he has that match coming up and he wants Brian Cage. So I'm going to say yes, that Michael Elgin interferes in the main event.
I'm going to say no, because I think if he does show up, he is there after the match.
Okay.
Yes.
Which would be good as well. Mm-hmm. And makes both of them look strong.
I think he shows up either way, but yeah, I think not during the match.
Not during the match.
Yes.
So we got some news, Paystee, but folks, stay tuned. Even if you don't want to hear the news, we've got not only WWE Stomping Ground results and a bit to say about that show.
Just a bit.
But we're gonna leave on a high note with giving our predictions for AEW Fyter Fest, which again, folks, is a free show. You cannot have a reason for missing it.
Download your Bleacher Report live streaming application on all your streaming devices. It's available on PlayStation 4, Roku TV, and probably everything else.
Or just go to the Bleacher Report webpage and go to their, they have an All Elite channel, and you can watch it right there.
There you go. And not only that, but Fight for the Fallen was just announced to be free. I'm sure that's in our news, but I said it now. Ha ha ha.
It actually isn't in the news. I heard it rumored, but I didn't hear confirmation of that.
It came out in the Road to video from Nightmare Family.
Okay, so let's you and I talk about this. The rumor is, and I'm hoping this is true, because I've kind of talked about this irking me a little bit. We're gonna go off on a little bit here, Paystee. The rumor is that AEW will have a big four like WWE used to have, and those will all cost $50 to watch on pay-per-view, Bleacher Report, whatever it is. But that they will have their other events, such as Fight for the Fallen, Fyter Fest, whatever else they may have, and those will air free on Bleacher Report. So if you actually divide up the total number of shows, it isn't like you're paying $50 for one show.
No.
It's actually diluting it down
like
to $25, $30, something like that. So, do you think that's where they're going, Paystee?
I do.
Think they're going to do that?
I do, because I think a lot of people complained about the $50, and even though I saw value in it, I know a lot of people are spoiled by the WWE Network. And I think this totally will make it so more people buy their big shows. 100%. I'm going to buy them, every one going forward, I think.
if they're willing to give free shows away, I'm willing to support their other shows because I don't see value in it. And for this reason, and it's not even because WWE gives theirs away for $10.
It's the rewatchability, isn't it? You can watch it over and over again. I think that's kind of the thing for me. Like, you're going to buy it to watch it once.
Right now, everybody, I mean, listen, they're selling out super quick, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about them. That is, the honeymoon's going to be over sometime, Paystee. They're not going to sell out every single event right away. They're not going to sell out every single event. They're not, I mean, the honeymoon's going to go away, and you can't expect people to want to spend $50 on a wrestling show a year from now. That's just not reasonable. But yes, if you're doing 4 that cost $50 and 6 that are free, I'll do the math in my head and say, okay, it is willing to do it. So, yeah, I complained about it last week, the week before, I don't remember. But, yeah, if that's what they're planning on doing going forward, I'm okay with that. And I think it's big of them. Yeah. I don't think it was their original plan. I think that they're listening to the fans and changing course. Mm-hmm. But that shows growth, right?
Yeah, very much so. It shows that they're listening to their fans in ways that WWE won't.
Well, $10 a pay-per-view. I mean, they're listening in that way.
I guess, but they're only giving us the value of $10. You know what I mean?
Stomping Grounds. I want fucking $8.50 back, WWE.
Hey, bought me a good nap. I'll give it that much. But yes, folks, it is time for this week's Savage Sentinel. That's our jingle to bring in the Savage Sentinel.
I don't think we're going to use it going forward, but it works today.
Oh, I'll try to get one out every week.
I don't want you to.
Next week, it'll be from the other end.
All right, Paystee, I'm going to let you knock down this huge fucking news one right here.
All right, folks. News via Wrestling Observer Radio is Vince McMahon issued a mandate during the 6/17 pre-Raw production meeting that said there will be no more wrestling during commercial breaks. Which at first it sounds so good.
It does, correct.
To me, it wears off real fast, though. The idea is that legitimate sports don't play during their breaks, so WWE is adjusting to match their presentation. PW Insider adds that all WWE TV matches are now to end within the same segment and to not run over the course of multiple segments. This went into effect at the same Raw, which is why a number of matches were so short. Apparently, the exception to the rule is matches with multiple falls, and as each fall would take place one per segment, which explains why there were multiple 203 Falls matches on that show, which is kind of ridiculous.
When was the last time you've seen more than one 2 out of 3 Falls match on a Raw?
It's going to become so typical. It's dumb. I don't like it. WWE is also considering the idea of trying matches with multiple rounds. There is no word yet on if they will move forward with this idea, but has been pitched on some point in the last few weeks. The idea would be similar to the old European rounds system. The Impact Wrestling used rounds for the Grand Championship, which was created in late 2016. The concept lasted until early 2018 when it was unified with the world title.
Let me say, I really did like those matches, but it has to be done correctly.
Yeah, because you're going to take the entertainment out of it really fast.
Yeah, it has to be the exception. It can't be every match is done this way. It has to be this one match is like this for a special reason.
The big caveat there, if they do this, it'll make Brock Lesnar matches 10 times better.
There you go.
All you got to do is survive them till the round, right?
Yeah.
I think I could get on board. I think for that reason and that reason alone. And I mean, I would be good for Undertaker and Goldberg too. Yeah.
No.
Wrestling Observer Live noted that it was described as a situation where Vince just threw the mandate out there nonchalantly and then moved on, leaving several people a bit surprised. Multiple sources have said they wouldn't be surprised if the new edict is dropped or forgotten about soon, and history backs up that thinking. There's a lot of...
Yeah.
There's a lot of speculation that this idea may have come from Fox Network because Fox wants WWE to be more sports driven when they bring the Smackdown product to their channel. It will be interesting to see what various ideas they do make. Sure.
What various ideas they do to make sure that there's no